Waudena Millwork is a leading provider of high-quality residential entrance systems with a focus on performance, security, and selection. We utilize the latest in technology to ensure the best paint and stain finishes in the door industry. Our innovative finishing process and dedicated craftsmen make it possible to bring you the highest quality doors built to last. The heart and soul of the paint line at Waudena Millwork is C-Tracker. This system allows the operator to follow each door component through the entire process. It allows for multiple components used in a single door to be introduced at various points, ensuring all will arrive in production at the same time. The operator can also view the information about any component on the line, like which paint colors are required on each side of a door. The first step of the process is for the door slab to enter a CNC-controlled router that cuts the door slabs for glass lights and lock bores with great accuracy. Each slab contains a barcode that holds all of the information relative to the size and shape of glass, as well as the quantity and location of lock bores. After being cut out, an operator will use compressed air to remove any loose polyurethane foam from the door. This step is critical to ensure that no debris gets into the painted finish. The exterior side of the slab faces up as the door begins its journey through the finishing process. The C-Tracker uses data for each slab to identify the swing of the door and will either flip it here or allow it to pass through. All door slabs are painted or stained separately from the glass frames to ensure that all components are fully finished. This ensures that expansion or contraction of the glass frame will not expose unfinished portions of the slab, eliminating callbacks that can happen when the glass is installed prior to painting. A second operator uses C-Tracker to identify which components, like glass frames, jambs, or aluminum clad, are to be added to the line. The system times the release of the components for a complete unit to follow the slab through the process, ensuring all components arrive in assembly at the same time. Prior to entering the first paint booth, each door passes through a sander. The sander includes multiple heads rotating in various angles and directions to prep the door for paint. By sanding the door, the primer on steel doors or the fiberglass surface is properly scuffed to ensure paint adhesion. De-dusting equipment completes the final prep to the slab before it enters the paint booth. It first brushes and vacuums off any debris from the door. Then a deionization bar removes any static electricity that may attract dust prior to painting. As the component enters the first of two paint booths, photo eyes identify the product to be painted. Our automated painting system ensures that doors, glass frames, and door jambs are painted with precision and consistent paint coverage. The spray head is mounted on a robotic arm that accurately sprays the surface of the door while spraying minimal overspray on the conveyor belt. A series of pumps are dedicated to the most popular paint colors, while smaller pumps allow the operator to use less paint for custom colors and smaller color runs. The first paint booth will paint only the surface of the slab. The edges of the door will get painted in the second paint booth to match the interior color. On doors with a glass cutout, the nozzle stops spraying over the opening to minimize waste. All of our finishes are environmentally friendly, water-based products. This minimizes the amount of volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, that Waudena Millwork emits into the air, allowing us to purchase the smallest available permit for VOC admittance. Wadina does not allow any hazardous air pollutants, or HAPs, in any of our finishes. Water-based finishes also allow for a quick changeover from one color to the next, as the lines only need to be flushed with water. The conveyor belt is cleaned on every rotation to ensure new products will not pick up paint transfer from a previous charge. After paint is applied to the exterior of the components, they pass into an oven to remove the moisture and cure the finish. The oven houses multiple charges, allowing each charge the precise time needed to remove the moisture from the finish. As the door leaves the oven, it moves into a chiller, which brings the temperature of the product back down to finalize the curing process. The combination of the oven and chiller allow us to control the drying time of our finishes, resulting in consistent lead times on all finished product. The next step transitions the door slab from exterior to interior finishing. The equipment will apply a piece of cardboard on top of the finished surface that will protect the paint from the conveyor belt or rollers. The door is then flipped so the interior is now facing up and ready for paint. The interior side will now be sanded, dedusted, and deionized to prepare for the interior to be finished with the same quality adhesion. A second series of pumps supplies the second paint booth. There are 3 nozzles that are used to paint the interior of a door. One will be active as the arm follows the perimeter of the door and paints the edges, while the other 2 are used to paint the surface. The equipment has the ability to change from one color to the next in less than a minute, allowing production to schedule according to the order, rather than by color. The remaining paint in the nozzles is purged onto the belt and flushed with water. The spray head then positions itself over a small sink where water and excess paint in the line are pushed out of the system. In the event of a plug spray nozzle, the booth will deploy a cleaning brush and the robotic arm will automatically run the nozzles over it to clean the tips. The door will again pass into an oven and chiller to cure the paint that has been applied to the interior, using the same amount of time and temperature as the first drying cycle. Each oven operates with heat provided by 2 boilers, with a backup boiler for each to avoid downtime. There are 3 outfeed lines once the finishing process is complete. C-Tracker identifies what type of product the door is being used for and selects the outfeed for the appropriate production line. Typically, doors for side light units or box-ups will go down the furthest line and single pre-hung units will go to the nearest line. However, C-Tracker or the operator can select a different outfeed if one of them is filled or stopped. The necessary glass frames follow the door into the glass prep station. Exterior door craftsmen install the required glass into the door or side light. From here, the door is ready to be built into a pre-hung unit. Side light units are typically pre-hung on the RKG line. The entire frame system is built around the door slab, side lights are installed, and transoms will be added if required. These units are then packaged and loaded into metal racks for shipping. Units that do not work well with the pre-hung or side light lines are classified as table units. These often require special preparation in the build. Common table units include double doors, aluminum-clad outswings, replacement units, and 90-minute fire doors. Single doors flow out of glass prep and into the pre-hung assembly line. All doors are covered in a protective poly bag prior to being hung in the jamb. Any pre-finished jambs or custom color clad will follow the door, so they're readily available when the door is built. Unfinished components are staged in production for completion of the final unit. Craftsmen frame the door into the jamb, apply any cladding or brick mold to the unit, and package the door. Following packaging, all completed doors are loaded onto steel door racks to allow safe handling without damage. Finally, the racks are staged for shipment to our customers across the country. Innovative processes and skilled craftsmen are the foundation on which quality is built. Our focus, to provide a premium product with added value, drives us to provide the best quality, performance, security, and selection in the exterior door industry.